morning, everyone. Happy Wednesday. So I'm going to apologize in advance if you hear some background sounds to this video. They have been working on tree trimming outside my window since this morning, and they're still not done. So bear with me if you hear some background noise because they've been making a ruckus since I don't even know what time, really early. Okay, so go ahead and log on to starfall.com. And once you're on there, go ahead and make your way to our calendar. And once you see that play button, go ahead and press it.
Yippee! It's May 2020. Let's make a calendar.
Okay, and then once that green sparkly arrow appears in the bottom right corner, go ahead and press the arrow. We'll do the days of the week.
Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Okay, so
What day of the week is it today?
what day of the week is it today? And it is highlighted in gold for you. It is Wednesday.
Great job! Today is Wednesday, May 13th, 2020.
Okay. And then once that green arrow in the bottom right corner appears, go ahead and press that button. And now we can
Fill in the missing day and date.
fill in the missing day and date. Okay, so we just said it was Wednesday, so let's go ahead and drag Wednesday over to that top blank blue
Wednesday.
rectangle. And yesterday was the 12th, so that means today is the 13th. So go ahead and drag 13 over to that blank
13th.
blue square.
Great job!
And once you get those filled in, go ahead and press that green arrow in the bottom right corner. And now we can
Mark any special days this month.
mark any special days this month. Okay, so we talked about how on Tuesday, May 5th, there were two holidays. The first one being Cinco de Mayo, meaning the 5th of May in Spanish. And remember, that's the day where the French army was trying to invade part of Mexico at the Battle of Puebla. And let me actually make sure that that's right because I don't want to be saying wrong information. Okay, cool. Yes, the Battle of Puebla. And even though the Mexican army was outnumbered, they still won the battle and stopped the French army from invading and taking over their land. So we can go ahead and put a smiley face on Tuesday, May 5th, 2020 to represent Cinco de Mayo. And then there's also Teacher's Day. So on Tuesday, May 5th, 2020, that also was Teacher's Day or Teacher Appreciation Day. So we can go ahead and put some stars on Tuesday, May 5th for Teacher's Day. And then it's Teacher's Day because the whole first week of May is Teacher Appreciation Week. And so the Tuesday of every Teacher Appreciation Week is Teacher's Day. So we can go ahead and mark Teachers Week since we're on this week. So let's put some stars on Monday, May 4th. There's already stars on Tuesday, May 5th. Wednesday, May 6th. Thursday, May 7th. And Friday, May 8th. And that takes care of marking Teacher Appreciation Week. And then So last Sunday, I hope that we all got to celebrate our mother-like figures in our life, because Sunday, May 10th, 2020 is Mother's Day, or was Mother's Day. So hopefully you got to tell someone how much you appreciate them on that day. So we can go ahead and put a smiley face on Sunday, May 10th, 2020, because that was Mother's Day. All right. And then next week, so next Monday, May 18th, that is a holiday in Canada, not the United States, but it's still on our calendar. And Canada is the country that borders the northern part of the United States. So it's up near Washington
Victoria Day,
and
Canada.
Minnesota and North Dakota and all those states that border that top part of our country. And this day is Victoria Day to remember Queen Victoria, who was queen for like 63 years back in the 1800s in Canada. So let's go ahead and put a smiley face on Monday, May 18th, 2020, because that will be Victoria Day in Canada. Okay, and then we can go ahead and jump to the next week. So Monday, May 25th, that will be Memorial Day. And this is the day where here in the United States, we remember those people who died fighting in our military. And usually people take the time to thank people who are currently serving in our military as well. So we can go ahead and put a smiley face on Monday, May 25th, 2020, because that will be Memorial Day. And let me double check. I've been saying that that's a no school day, but I'm curious because, let's see, school district calendar. I think it is a no school day, but let me double check. Let's see. That's not it. Okay, I see last year's calendar, and it's saying that we'd have off on Memorial Day. Okay, this year's, here we go. Yes, so officially, it's a no school day on Memorial Day, so we can, like, I'm glad that I was not telling you wrong information. So let's go ahead and put some stars on Monday, May 25th, also because it will be a no school day because it's Memorial Day. Okay, and then there are 2 birthdays this month. So January, February, March, April, and May. And our friend Adam has a birthday this month, and I know he's really been looking forward to it. And it's going to be a week from tomorrow. How exciting. So Thursday, May 21st, 2020, will be Adam's 13th birthday. So we can go ahead and put a slice of birthday cake on Thursday, May 21st, because we will celebrate Adam that day. Okay, and then we also have on the 29th, my birthday. So on Friday, May 29th, 2020, we can put a slice of birthday cake because it will be my 26th birthday. Okay, so that is all the special days that I'm going to mark this month, but you can continue to mark whatever special days you would like. I'm going to go ahead and click that green arrow in the bottom right corner. And now I can
Choose a picture for your calendar.
choose a picture for my calendar. So I think I am going to do the girl reading in the park. I think I did that one yesterday too, but it's a good one. So this is my picture, but you can pick whatever one you would like. And then once you have your picture chosen, go ahead and click that green arrow in the bottom right corner one more time. And hooray, we finished calendar. Okay, so let's go ahead and transition to the weather today. So we can type in Chico weather up at top into Google. Oh, that chainsaw sounds so lovely outside my window. Love it. Wonderful. I'm just annoyed because they should be done by now, but whatever. Okay, so remember we just used this first bit of information here. And let's check out our temperature for today. So we want to make sure we have a blue rectangle around temperature right here. And then once we do, we'll see our temperatures throughout the day. And then while we're here, we can go ahead and make that blue box around Wednesday down here. So if I have my blue box, here we go. Then we have WED, which is short for Wednesday. And this is funny. I always love when, well, currently it's cloudy, but so this is where it's funny sometimes to tell what type of weather we're going to have because sometimes they contradict each other. Okay, but our weather picture for Wednesday just shows a single cloud, and there's some raindrops. And then I see 64 degrees and 54 degrees. Ooh, I see a math problem coming up. Okay, so if we have our blue box around Wednesday, so imagine that's our blue box, WED, which is short for Wednesday, the type of weather we're going to have today, and then one of these is going to be our highest expected temperature, and the other is going to be our lowest expected temperature. So that's right, my question for you is, which one of these will be our highest expected temperature today? 64 degrees or 54 degrees? So, if you said 64 degrees, you are correct. And let's see where that falls on here. So, we can easily find 64 two ways. We can either start at 60 and count up 4, because 60 plus 4 is 64, or we can start at 65 and go down 1 because 65 minus 1 is 64. So I think I'm going to do subtraction. So here's 65 and then go down 1 because that will give you 64. And we are in that cool temperature range. Okay, so since 64 is going to be our highest expected temperature, that means that 54 is our lowest expected temperature today. So let's go ahead and find that on here. And we can find that the same way. We can either go to 50 and add 4 or count up 4 because 50 plus 4 is 54. Or we could go to 55 and subtract 1 because 55 minus 1 is 54. So I'm going to go to 55 minus 1, and we are still in that cool temperature range, just on the lower end of it, almost near that cold range, but we are going to be a cool temperature throughout the day today. Okay, and just like I said, we're going to do a math problem. Because 64 to 54 is an increment amount, and so we're going to figure out how many more. So you can do it two ways also. If you're doing it in a calculator, make sure you take the biggest number, which is 64, and subtract 54. Or if you're doing it long ways, it'll look like this. Ready? So 64 minus 54. So it'll be set up like this. Your biggest number always needs to be on the top. Otherwise, you're going to end up with a negative number in the bottom, and we're not dealing with that quite yet. You'll probably get to that maybe later on in your schooling, but right now, we're not dealing with that. Okay, so we automatically start here in the ones place. So 4 minus 4, 4 minus 4 is 0, and 6 minus 5 is 1. So there is a only 10-degree difference. So did you see how that jumped? That's why I wanted to talk about that, because we can easily jump to 64 and know what number it's going to be. We just adding 10. So I know none of you probably wanted to do that, but you know, teachers like to do things that help you learn later on. Okay, so now we're going to talk about the weather picture. So if this is our weather picture for today, what type of weather are we going to have today? And if you said rainy, you are correct. So this shows that it will be rainy, but currently it says that it's cloudy out, but I'm looking outside and it is not raining yet, but it is cloudy, so that means it could rain. But we're going to check out when it'll start raining, because we're going to talk about precipitation next. So let's go ahead and make a blue rectangle around precipitation right here. And you'll see our blue line. And what do we notice about our blue line? It's not straight across or stable. It shows that it will rain at certain points in our day. So it looks like our highest point of our highest chance of rain that is between 3 p.m. and 6 p.m. today. Yeah, but currently, so our average, let's check out right here where it estimates our percentage chance of rain. So precipitation, percentage, and let's go ahead and write that out. Precipitation, precipitation, and 33%. So we have a 33% chance of rain today, which is silly that they gave Wednesday a weather picture, because that's not very much. I think it's going to be mostly cloudy today, but it could rain. So this is why the Google weather thing is confusing sometimes, because it's silly and doesn't say the same thing in certain areas. But right now, there is a 33% chance of rain, which is not very high, but it could happen because it's not 0%. Okay, let's go ahead and check out our wind speeds throughout the day. So let's make a blue rectangle around wind here. We did temperature, we just did precipitation, now we're on wind. You'll know you're there once you see our arrows with the different wind speeds. And then to find our average wind speed, we're going to look right here where it says wind, so precipitation, humidity, and wind. And the average wind speed today, so W-I-N-D is how you spell wind, and 14 mph, or our average wind speed today will be 14 miles per hour. So that is a decent wind. It's not going to blow you over, but you will feel it when the wind does blow. But it won't be too intense because 14 miles per hour is kind of a wind, but not really. Okay, so let's go ahead and check out tomorrow's weather, so Thursday's weather. That way we can compare and contrast today, Wednesdays, with tomorrow, Thursday. Ooh, so we can go ahead and make that blue box around Thursday right down here. And I'm going to draw it out for you. So I have my blue box, and then THU, which is short for Thursday. And then we have a weather picture that we're pretty familiar with. It's the one where the clouds are partly covering the sun. Okay. And then I see 70 degrees and 54 degrees. So if you have your blue box around Thursday, it's going to look, so imagine that's blue, THU, which is short for Thursday, the type of weather we're going to have tomorrow. And one of these is going to be our highest expected temperature tomorrow. So will 70 degrees or 54 degrees be our highest expected temperature tomorrow? If you said 70, you're correct. And we can easily find 70 on here because it's big and bold right here. And it is that line that is in between the cool and the warm temperature range. So it's a borderline of like a cool and a warm temperature. So it should feel pretty decent tomorrow. Let's check out what type of weather we're going to have. If this is our weather picture, what type of weather will we have? Silly. Yeah, so partly cloudy. This, of course, says mostly cloudy instead of partly cloudy, which is almost the same thing as saying, to me, it's like mostly sunny, mostly cloud. Why don't you just say partly cloudy? But anyways, we're going to call it partly cloudy to not add any confusion. So tomorrow will be partly cloudy with a high of 70. So let's go ahead and write that as if we were in school. So today will be a high of 64 degrees and rainy. And tomorrow will be a high of 70 degrees and partly cloudy. Today, a high of 67 and rainy. Tomorrow, a high of 70 and partly cloudy. So here we go. Okay, so that's all that I have for the weather for today. But you can continue to look at whatever you want with your weather. I'm going to go ahead and move on to our social story for today. So yesterday we talked about deciding to tattle. And remember, tattling or being a tattletale is when you tell a teacher or an adult about every little thing that you see, as opposed to really just telling an adult or teacher when something really serious happens. So today we're going to talk about deciding not to tattle. So here we go. Deciding not to tattle. Sometimes the other kids in my class do silly things. They sharpen pencils for an extra long time. They chew gum in class, and they make silly faces even when the teacher is talking. I do not always know why they are doing these things, and sometimes what they're doing makes me feel a little funny or nervous. It makes me want to tell the teacher. So I'm sure many of you have experienced this in class. I know that sometimes it is important to tell the teacher what other kids are doing, but sometimes it is better not to bother. If the kid is not hurting anyone's feelings or body, I can just wait and see what happens. If the kid stops quickly anyway, I do not need to tell the teacher. If I can figure out a way to talk to the kid about it myself, I do not need to tell the teacher. Sometimes, when kids do things wrong, I sort of want to get them into trouble. I want the teacher to like me best and see that I am following the rules. But I know that it is not a good reason to tattle, that this is not a good reason to tattle on other kids. I know that the best way to get my teacher to notice me is to keep doing my best work and to keep my focus on myself. So, this raised some really good points because I know that some of us like to let us teachers know about every little thing that they don't like. And while that's okay to do, this story is letting you know that you should only really do it if you've already asked that kid to stop yourself and they continue to do it, or they're doing something really dangerous and harmful to hurt someone's feelings or body. And I appreciate that so many of you love to follow the rules, and that you are concerned when other students are not following the rules. However, it's typically something that's not, you don't need to tell a teacher or adult about. Typically, you can stop it yourself by simply asking that person to stop. So if you see something that another student is doing or another person is doing and it really bothers you, you should first tell that student or that person, hey, I don't really like that. And if they don't respect what you say and you've already asked them to stop and they continue, that's when you should tell a teacher or an adult. Or, like I said, unless it's really serious, like they're going to hurt themselves or someone else, then you can tell a teacher right away instead of having to try to stop it yourself. So, another important thing to remember is the best way to get teachers or adults like me to notice is to keep doing your best work and to keep your focus on yourself. Because no one likes it when you do something to get that person in trouble on purpose. It's not a pleasant experience. So, this raised some good points. Like I said, I will put these into Google Slides like I normally do and then post on our Google Classroom. But this is all I have for our morning meeting today. But I want to remind everyone that tomorrow is Thursday, so we have our Zoom at 11. So I will be there tomorrow. I apologize. I was not able to make it to Tuesday's Zoom meeting. I was doing some other things, teacher-like things. But I will be there tomorrow, and I hope to see most of you at 11. And I will have to see what social story that we're going to do tomorrow, because I'm not sure yet. But I hope you all have a wonderful Wednesday, and we will talk more tomorrow.